Right there, folks. Back out here in Cranberry again. I'm going to be doing a second round of test flights for my little Pylon Racer. Got a little bit more my color scheme in there. Hoping it looks pretty good. I haven't come up with a name for this thing yet. I kind of like to name my airplanes, but I haven't come up with it. I've kind of got a brain block on this one. Anybody got any ideas? Go ahead and post them down below. And who knows, maybe I'll come up with a catchy new name for this plane. Okay, we check our control surfaces. Everything's looking good. Okay. Give it a 5-minute flight. Oh, we got some ducks out here. They're not going to like this. Oh, she's fast. That's only about 25–30% throttle. That's about half throttle. Then she wants to climb. Pitch it down a bit. She's very powerful. That's only half throttle. Definitely fast. It should definitely fly like a Pylon Racer. You gotta stay on top of this thing. Doesn't fly like the aerobatic version. Very stable. Very pitchy. The faster you go, the pitchier she gets. It's a joke in that, pitchy. Really climbs well. All that power. I think it's motor's a 2400 kV. It's a monster jet from Grayson Hobby. I believe it's rated at 3-cell at 650 watts. I'm thinking of putting a 4-cell on this with a smaller prop, just to see if I get any better performance. Still got way too much tail authority. I'm going to retrim that. I mean, lower the rates a bit. She's very difficult to handle. CG is right on the money. Oof, I think blade comes in real hot. That thing's a speed demon. Alright, we just have a little too much tail there. So I'm going to make my adjustments, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright folks, back again. Made some trim adjustments, and I also put a smaller prop on here with a 4-cell. I'm running a 5.25 by 6.25. This should give it some punch. So let's see how this works out and see which combination works better for it. Something weird happened there. Something very, very weird. trim is correct. This wasn't producing power there. I'm wondering if this prop is on backwards. No. It's on the right way. No, she's spinning fast, but she's not producing air. She sounds real loud. She just wasn't producing power. So, definitely under-propped. And the 6 by 5.5 is just too much on the 4-cell. I wind up frying this motor, so we're going to go back with 6 by 5.5 and a 3-cell, and she should be just fine. This motor really wasn't designed for 4-cell. I know RC Foam Fighters did it, but throughout the whole video they commented how they didn't really advise it unless it was a really cool day and you propped it right, because you push it up over its amp rating, and that's really not good. You won't have that motor very long. You keep doing that, and I've learned that from experience. I've over-propped and over-amped many motors. You're lucky if you get a month's worth of use out of them. They fly like crazy, but when you get into $40 and $50 for a motor, it's not something you want to do, unless you want to stick to the inexpensive Hobby King motors. That might not be such a bad idea, but you'll go through motors like crazy. So that's totally up to pilot's preference. Okay. Well, that's enough talking. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up in the air and have a little bit of fun. Set my timer. We'll do another 5-minute flight. Oh yeah, I can feel the air now. It's producing power. Something's not right. Wow, she's way over. Gotta land it. I gotta make my adjustments again. I'm landing a little long, that's okay. As long as I get a soft landing, that's all that matters. Wow, it's got a lot of elevator authority. My friend Juan warned me about that. He says it's got way too much control surface on the back there, and he wasn't kidding. So I've really got to crank this thing up. The expo, but when you get that kind of high expo and then you go full deflection, you get a real surprise. I don't like surprises. Funny thing. So let me try one more setting. See if this works. No, that ain't very good either. Yep, it's the high expo I'm going to need. This thing flies like a jet, needing a lot of expo. Alright, there we go. That should work a lot better. We don't crash it. Well, because of a minor adjustment, that would be terrible. Let's give this it's a little breezy here today, folks. I tell you, here in Jersey, if it's not raining or snowing, it's windy as heck. Wow, this thing is squirrely as hell. It's windy too, I'm sure that's not helping him out as much. Actually, a little better up there than down here. Oh, you gotta stay on top of this thing. It's starting to drizzle. That's not good either. Wow, this thing's got a lot of power. She's going. I think I'm going to cut off a bit of that tail at the elevator because it's just way too powerful. I've got about 75% expo set in here and she's still really squirrely. She's also a bit tail heavy. Oh yeah, I think that could be part of my problem too. She should be nosing down when I release that throttle. So, I'm going to scoot that battery up a little bit, give it another try. That might solve the problem. Because if you are tail heavy, then your control surface in the back is really going to make a big change. So, let's see if I can scoot this battery up any further. Disconnect the battery. Try giving it a little scoot. I'm right up against the ESC in the front, so I don't have very much more room. I don't want to over squeeze either. I might just put a little pebble up front to give me a little ballast until I can reposition everything. Okay, let's take a... Yeah, I could use a little more weight up front. What would I use? I just what to use. All I need is a little weight. Alright. Stick this in here just to get a little more weight, see how that works. Alright, that's a little bit more nose heavy. I think that's where the problem's stemming from. She's definitely tail heavy. Lost at that time. She should be nosing down, but she won't. I gotta bring it in as controlled as possible. No crazy movements. Yeah, she's definitely tail heavy. Crazy to try to figure this out. But I will. I always do. I'm gonna have to put that ESC further up here. I don't really have much choice, otherwise I won't be able to get this thing to fly. properly. Let me scoot this battery up and see how that works. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to do some changes in here if I need this much weight up front. Okay, let me see now where I'm at. Okay, I'm definitely nose heavier. Well, let's give it a try, see if we can get better stability. Alright, that's a little better. That's what should be happening. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. Doesn't want to go crazy in the climb. Okay, let's bring it back to idle. That's what should be happening. This kind of airplane, you don't want it to glide flat. Much better. Take a little tweaking here and there, but dial it in. The key to maidening airplanes and doing the initial dial-in is not crashing it until you get it just right. I can't believe how many airplanes I spent 20 hours building, getting them pretty, and then throw them in the air and then crash them because I didn't dial it in right off. Then some airplanes, I'll throw them in the air and they're perfectly trimmed right from the get-go. That's rare. She's definitely got the power, that's for sure. You know what, I could put a little more expo in my ailerons too, wouldn't hurt. Let me bring that in and try to give that might fix it up. Bring her in for a little landing. Alright. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going to toss it up one more time. See if my change in the elevator aileron deflection will help a little bit. I think it will. And I think I pretty much have it dialed in. Still a squirrely airplane, but fun to fly. Ah, yeah, she's definitely better in the aileron. Wow, she's got a lot of authority in the tail. Don't get much flight time on this. this big motor. Probably 5-6 minutes tops. I wasn't really going full tilt. If I go full tilt, I might only get about 4 minutes. Boy, it would be a lot of fun. Whoop. I think I'm running a little low on battery. Make sure I got enough left to land. Oof, wind got on the wing there for a quick second, but I saved it. Right there, folks. If you have any comments, please put them down below. Any suggestions on how I can make this fly a little better, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.